Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be trying something a little bit different on this channel. We're going to be trying a VR game. This is my favorite VR game. It's a mini golf game, and I haven't played this in a couple of years. I was really into it 2 or 3 years ago. I got really good at it, but I haven't played it in a really long time. So we're going to be trying this out. Hopefully the screen recording works. There was a bunch of issues with having to cast it and then record it and have everything be okay. So if the video or the quality is not as good as it probably could be, that's why. I still haven't really figured out how to do that yet. But in this game, you can it's essentially the opposite of Clash Royale in a lot of ways, in the sense that there's no BMing your opponents. It's just very casual, easygoing gameplay. You can play multiplayer with other people and be kind of competitive with friends and family, but I would say for the most part it's a pretty casual game. And so we'll start with just the most basic map, which is the tourist trap. We'll pick out a ball here. I think this is the club that you unlock once you get it, so we'll kind of go pirate themed here. And I think there's a pirate themed ball as well. So this is what we're going to be trying today. Hopefully you enjoy the new style of content. If you do, this is a game that I really like to play, so we'll definitely do more of it if you guys enjoy. So this is the first hole. It's should be pretty easy. It's just a straight line. Also on your wrist it shows what hole you're at. It shows what par it is. So this is a par 2. So if we can get a par 1, if we can get a hole in 1, then that'll be a birdie, and it looks like we're gonna get it as well. So that was a good first hole. Second one's right over here, and this one you also have a straight line shot if you shoot it right. So this is also a par 2. And didn't get it, but it should be a pretty easy par. Alright. With this one, the strategy is just what it looks like. It's just bouncing it off of there. You have to hit it fairly hard because this is an uphill slope. Okay, and this is actually a par 3. So if we can get it here, that'll be a birdie. And we do. Next hole is over here. And there's several different chutes that you have to hit it down. I think the left one is the way to go. And the cool thing about this is, you can fly in this game if you point this up. If you point it up and push the joystick forward. So what you can do is you can kind of, after you hit it, you can fly, you can follow the ball along. You can also go through the ground as well. Like if you can go into the ground. So if you're playing multiplayer and your opponent's trying to hit it, you can put your head right over the hole and try to block it. This is a fun game, is what I'm saying. It's especially fun when you're playing with people. So that might be something that we do later on if you guys like this video. And every time I play the Oculus, especially this game, because this is a game that I used to play a lot, every time I play it, I can't help but think of the reason why I bought the Oculus in the first place. And it is a little bit of a sad reason, but there's also some very valuable lessons that you can learn as well. I originally bought this when I was in college. I think it was in December of the college, which would have been in 2022. And I originally went to college starting in the fall semester, so I went in September, and this was in December, so this was after I had been there for a few months. And the reason why I bought it, again, it's a sad reason. I bought it because at that point when I was in college, that was the lowest point that I essentially had ever been in my life. Like, as far as mental health, as far as depression, that was all as low as it could possibly be. And so I essentially didn't want to live in my own reality, which is why I bought this, so that I could essentially live in a virtual reality. It was kind of a way to escape. And we had an Oculus before. We had gotten one for Christmas, I think a couple of years earlier in 2020. It was a gift to me and my younger brother. And so I think I had had this game beforehand on that Oculus, but you know, I that was kind of my way of escaping reality, was to play in a virtual reality. And I think that that's not just the case with the Oculus, but I think a lot of people do that just with screens in general as well. I think a lot of people spend all their time on screens because it's kind of a way to escape. It's, you know, it essentially transports them away from the real world and into a digital one. And I think the reason why a lot of people spend so much time on there is because they're struggling with something in their normal everyday life, and so they kind of want to get away from that in a sense. Like, they don't want to live in their regular life, so they spend all their time in a digital one, and they essentially try to have, you know, someone else's life in a sense. Also, I have no idea where I'm facing. So if I'm facing away from the camera, then I'm sorry, but there's not a whole lot of perception in this world, or in this digital world. But essentially, that's the reason why I bought it, was to kind of escape. And that's also the reason why this YouTube channel is focused. It's why I focus a lot on being more genuine, sharing more life lessons, trying to like uplift people. Because I know a lot of people who spend all their time on screens are in a similar place. I think we just take the shortcut here and hope it doesn't fall into the water. Oh. Another thing about this game is you can watch instant replays if you press a button on your device. So you can press the instant replay, watch yourself hit it, see how close you got. I also forgot to mention I did make my character look like Andrew Tate, but I haven't changed him for a few years, so this was a few years ago. You know, but like I was saying, that's kind of the reason why I try to be. That's the reason why I try to be more genuine, why I try to share life lessons, because I know a lot of people who spend all their time on screens, who spend all their time on Clash or on another game. They're in a similar boat. They're struggling with something. No way? Okay, you gotta watch the replay on that one. A new hole record as well. I guess I'd never gotten a hole-in-one on that hole, so that was good. But you know, that's kind of the reason why that's a lot of the reason why I created this YouTube channel, is just because I know a lot of the people that watch are probably in a similar boat to where I was. And at that point, you know, it was really hard to feel hopeful about anything, right? I'm sure a lot of people have been in the same situation where it's just everything about your life seems bad. You kind of wonder what's the point of living, what's the point of carrying on, because you just can't see any bright side to your life. And you know, I know how it feels. I was in a similar boat for many years, and I kind of still am in a sense. You know, things have gotten a little bit better. They're not perfect yet, but you can also just transport right to your ball if you press the trigger. So maybe that's something I should have been doing. But yeah, essentially what I have to say is, if you're in a similar boat where it's hard to feel hopeful about anything, you spend all your time on a screen because you want to escape from your reality and live in a digital one essentially, which again is the reason why I bought this Oculus in the first place, then all I have to say is keep holding on, keep holding out faith, because things are going to get better eventually. It's going to take a lot of time. You know, it's going to take time to heal and get better. And even now, a few years later, things aren't totally better, but they have gotten better. You know, things have looked up. And so if you're going through something in your life right now, whatever it may be, and it's just hard to see the purpose of anything, all I have to say is keep holding on. Don't put too much pressure on yourself that every day has to be perfect. Every day you have to get up, you have to go to work, you have to have the most productive day. If you're struggling, sometimes it's okay to just exist, just to kind of hold on, just to kind of trust that things are going to get better. You don't have to be perfect every single day. You just have to make it from day to day. And I'm not saying don't do your best or don't try, but that's essentially the boat that I was in. Every time I play the Oculus, I'm kind of reminded of that, because that's the reason why I bought it. And so, if you're in a similar boat, then just know that things are going to get better. You have to put in some work. You can't simply sit there and wait for things to get better. But if you're having trouble seeing the purpose of your life now, I guess the one thing that I would share with you is find the one or two things that you really enjoy doing, and find a way to share that with the world. That's kind of what this hole, by the way, it looks very easy, but it's a little bit deceptive, because you have to get the speed just right to get over this hump. But usually if you do, it's a hole in one, just because the curve kind of guides the ball in for you. But if you're struggling to find purpose, then find the one or two things that you like doing, and find a way to share that. Find a way to share that with the world, because typically that's a really good way that you can kind of forget about your own problems, is by helping others, by sharing with other people. And so that's why I really like making YouTube videos, because I'm able to share things with you all. And whenever I see comments about how the video helped, how the message helped people, how it made them feel better, it feels good to make a positive impact in people's lives. And with social media being such a huge thing now, it's very easy to share things with other people. You can share videos on social media. You can join groups that maybe do the same things that you do, and are also passionate about the same things that you are. Just for example, if you love skateboarding, but there's not a whole lot else that you love in life, post videos of yourself skateboarding. Help other people who are just learning to skateboard for the first time. Maybe you go on Facebook or Instagram and find a group of people who meet up and kind of learn to skate. Maybe you find a new skateboarders group, and maybe you join that and help other people that are learning to skateboard for the first time. And I can almost guarantee it's going to make you feel a little bit better, just in general, because you're looking outside of yourself, you're helping other people, you're sharing something that you're passionate about. And so I can say that this YouTube channel did make me feel a little bit better, because it's a way to share something with the world. It's a way to kind of look outside myself in a way. Because if I was just playing games and not sharing them, and not sharing advice, not sharing any kind of upliftingness or positivity, then I don't think it would help. I don't think it would solve the issue. So I think that sharing it with other people and helping others along their way as well is a really good way to kind of give yourself a little bit of purposefulness. So that was that was the tourist trap. We actually did pretty good for not playing in a little while. You can essentially, I forgot to mention this, you can go to the menu and you can view the map as if you were like Galactus, which is cool. You can see all the little holes. And the really fun thing is if you're playing multiplayer and you have somebody else in the same room that you are, you can go into the main menu, you can get into this view, and you can see them. Like if they were putting on this hole, you could see their tiny little avatar putting, and you could kind of put your face up really close to them, and they would be able to look up in the sky and see your massive face. I don't think you can't like cover the hole, because I think you go invisible if you get too close to them. But if you guys enjoyed this video, we'll make other. This is a game that I love playing, so I'll definitely make videos on other tracks. If this is something that you guys like to see, we can also maybe we'll do a match with my brother in the next video as well, so it can be kind of multiplayer. We have several maps unlocked, but there's also, I don't think this map wasn't here last time. Mount Olympus? This is a new one. You can preview a course, and you're also kind of in the same Galactus view where you get kind of a preview of what the course looks like. You do have to buy it. I think each course might be $5 or so to buy. But this one looks pretty fun. You just start over here and loop your way all the way around. I wonder how many. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They probably added quite a few courses because it's been a couple of years since I've been on here, so they've probably added quite a bit. Mount Olympus. This is completely new. An Elvis one on Mars. None of this was here. This one was here. You can see that even though I don't have it unlocked, I have a record on it because we have this map on our other Oculus. So I think I played multiplayer with my brother on this, but both of these are new. A lot of these are new as well. We do have Sweetopia on the other one, but I think we have Upside Down as well, but a lot of these are there's a ton of new maps here. These two we have, and I think the temple as well. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, then we'll definitely do more. We might even unlock some of the new maps, so we can see what that looks like. But that was just kind of a casual game of mini golf. If you do have VR and you're looking for a fun game to play, I would definitely recommend it. It's a very fun game. It's very casual as well, and you can play with other people, which I think is a bit more fun. So if you have siblings or friends, you're looking for a game to play with them, then this is an awesome game. So hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all soon.